My name is Ivar Jørgensen. I'm working for NORAD, the Norwegian Development Agency, and my post there is a policy director for forest programs. Well, it's a slightly difficult question because REDD has changed over the years, but in principle REDD is an incentive mechanism for countries, communities to change the way forests are handled and to reduce the loss of forest. In theory, it is meant to be an economic incentive mechanism that will make it more interesting, more profitable for countries and communities to change the way they handle forests in such a way that the overall global deforestation trend is changed. Well, it has been started in a very high number of countries with preparatory work. It has really been implemented in a limited number of countries, I think, in the true term of having an incentive mechanism available for funding, for incentivizing a changed behavior. But it has influenced policy discussions in very many countries, and it has brought to the table a lot of issues, a lot of conflicting interests that will come with any kind of policy debate. So we are talking in this conference about REDD and conflict as if it was something negative. I think that is not the case. We should look upon this as the benefit of bringing difficult policy issues on the table, and that will reveal existing conflicts. And this will hopefully help change policies and change the incentive structures of forest management. Well, my organization has. Norway has been the biggest REDD funder globally. But we have a number of other countries, also donor countries, coming in, and we have a number of multilateral organizations coming in. So we have seen Germany, the UK, and other countries coming on board to fund REDD programs globally. And we have seen the World Bank and the UN system coming on board, and of course a lot of the money spent by the global institutions, they also come from the same donors. So you'll see the same donors in addition to the United States, Canada and other countries who have contributed a lot to the global programs as well. It's a big group. If you look at the UN REDD, or if you look at the World Bank Forest Carbon Partnership Facility, they have 50 plus member countries, and not all of them are big forest countries. But the main recipients in terms of money is Brazil, and it will be Indonesia, it will be Guyana, it will be Tanzania, it will be DRC. These countries have received fairly large sums of money, and a big number of countries have received a limited amount of money for their readiness processes. We see in some cases, we see reduction in deforestation. That is clearly the case in Brazil. Some may argue that this was already starting before REDD came on the table, but our belief is that REDD funding has enhanced the work of Brazil in such a way that it has helped reduce or continue the process of reducing deforestation. And in many countries, the REDD funding has contributed to policy processes that I see as very important. And these policy processes have brought on the table a lot of conflicting interests, but I think that's just a necessary step along the way to developing a new policy for managing forests in the future. So I think the high number of policy processes, REDD strategies that have been adopted and so on, that's a very promising part of the REDD impact. Well, there are many, of course. REDD was perceived to be quick and easy and cheap, which we all knew it is not really, because it is so deeply embedded into the development policy, development processes of developing countries. So it's very difficult to see REDD as a simple incentive that you can fly and then countries will change their behavior. That's not happening. So we are gradually moving into a more complex approach where we encourage policy processes, we help pilot projects, we implement research, knowledge development, and so on. And this is to overcome some of the key challenges that we have seen: a lack of expertise, a lack of cooperation between the important partners that all influence forest, the state of forest in the country, the lack of approved and recognized rights of the local people. That's a big challenge many places. It would reduce the incentive for people to change or to protect the forest if they don't know that they will benefit from a better forest in the future. So those are some of the challenges.